Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Friday, August 22nd, 2025. I'm here to do a general collective reading. It's a timeless read. It's also a read where I don't use the signs and genders because it's all energy anyways. So if this is your reading, you're free to switch the genders and or the roles as you need to throughout the read. Okay? Please use your higher wisdom and discernment when you're listening to general collective readings because not every read's going to be for you. It's virtually impossible. And there's a lot of people here, okay? It's not a personal read. A lot of it might resonate with you, but other parts might not. If it doesn't resonate with you, it just simply means it belongs to someone else. Leave it alone, okay? You don't have to tell me that you didn't do this and you're single or you're not married or whatever, okay? To contradict what I'm saying here, that just simply means it's not, that part is not part of your story. So it is what it is. It just saves yourself from typing. Welcome. I love you guys so very much. I thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. Hopefully you're going to have a great weekend. Hopefully you had a great day. The sun's shining over here, so hopefully it's shining where you are. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestor. Ooh, that flipped over. Base chakra. So you're feeling secure, or somebody else that you're dealing with is very safe and secure. Maybe they're thinking too much about schmecks. One, that's a magician. Somebody's manifesting stability, a firm foundation. Maybe you're opening up your chakras. Magician in the upright is somebody that takes action. So maybe you're thinking about, I don't know, taking some sort of action to ensure stability, or somebody wants schmecks. I don't know. This is conscious awareness, manifesting. So you're manifesting something. This is the overarching energy. Let's see where we're going to go with this. It's the root chakra. Yeah, it's physical. It's not emotional. It's emotionless. It's loveless. Maybe there's the lack of self-love here. Someone's just wanting to drain you. Maybe somebody wants to plug in and drain you of your energy. No love here. One in reverse. So that's manipulation. A lot of deception. A lot of illusions. Magic maybe. Maybe they're doing some sort of lust and or love spells against you, or come to me spells. You're not feeling that love, are you? You're being protected, I heard. So whatever this is, somebody's just wasting their time, their energy. Maybe that's how you feel. You wasted your time and energy. I don't know. We'll see which way it goes. And yeah, this is a partnership of some sort, a soul tie. Now, it doesn't have to be smecks. It could be anything, right? You've put a lot of energy trying to establish a firm foundation for yourself in a partnership of some sort. It could be love, it could be friendship, it could be business, it could be family. Or you're in harmony right here. When somebody's not happy, yeah, you're speaking with your truth here, throat chakra. Definite 5, this could be about a marriage or a commitment, or dealing with an institution or a higher power. This could be the divine. This could be a contract. This is good counsel. Yeah, no more deception, no more envy. 7. So somebody doesn't want to take accountability of what they've done. Somebody's speaking some truth, though. Someone's been stopped. So maybe you're speaking some truth, and it's stopping somebody in their tracks. Somebody doesn't want to take ownership. They do not want to commit, I heard. Commit to what, though? The mask is sliding off. It's a third party. It's not going anywhere. You made your decision. You tapped into your higher wisdom, made the right choice. So it's something to do with a contract or a decision or third party, or you have elevated and you have ascended. You may be going towards a higher level soulmate, or this soulmate, whoever you're dealing with, is trying to put on an act as if they are your higher level soulmate, but they're being blocked. They want to fight with you. Or you're in your power, you go your own way, and you're divinely protected. Really? I don't know. I don't know anything about magic. I just heard somebody's trying to do spells on you to make you hate yourself, disgust yourself. You know what I mean? Like make you disgusted with yourself. But something's coming towards you, and that's the Jupiter, the planet of expansion. So you're getting ready to expand somewhere in your life, whether it's financial, whether it's career-wise, love-wise, health, beauty, I don't know, jobs. Could be anything. Somebody's trying to block you Yeah, they don't want you getting wish fulfillment. Somebody's losing their position, maybe. This is a fall from grace. This is not wish fulfillment. Somebody has no emotional fulfillment or happiness. Yeah, you've emotionally withdrawn from them, or they, you, wanted to control. Oh, this is a control tactic. Thank you, Spirit. They don't want you having wish fulfillment. They're trying to control you. Or somebody's in their lust. There's no emotions involved. They want to seize an opportunity with you previously missed and or ignored, and or you know your value and your worth. Something's happening quickly here, or other people are seeing your value and your worth. This is unacceptable, I just heard. Something can't be ignored anymore. This is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority, and or somebody's in their ego and their pride, wanting power and control over you. Be a tyrant or a bully. Somebody took advantage of a situation they should not have, or maybe they took advantage of you. They were very disrespectful and ungrateful. Something's happening quickly. Fast forward motion, accelerated motion. Another 8. This is typically good news. They can't stop you from moving forward, or they're going to move forward with something. Patience and planning. You could be very strong. Pillar, strong as these pillars here. You're very stable, firmly planted and rooted. You were patient, or they were planning against you, or you've made plans. You're moving forward. 7 is the Chariot, overcoming, leaving something or someone behind. You have direction, structure, and discipline in your life. This is radical acceptance, or somebody's going to have to radically accept this, that they need to bring balance back into a situation and take accountability. You picked up the reins. You took the initiative. You moved forward. No matter how quickly or how slowly, you're still moving forward. This is universally driven. This is victory, by the way. Congratulations. Yep. And they can't move forward. This could also be the authorities, some form of authority figures stepping in. Someone's been stopped. They can't move forward. Oh my God. I looked at this as the 8 of Wands, but this is emotional withdrawal. 8 of Cups. Somebody's walking away. You walked away because you know your value and your worth. There we go. There's a lot of 8s here. 3 8s. Something picked up speed after you walked away. Your patience and planning. Something's happening quickly here. This is bad news for these people. They were trying to stop your forward motion. This is a backfire. The divine's involved. If you have a platform or a business, they're trying to stop it or block it, or a relationship of some sort. Or they're being blocked by an institution or by the divine himself. You have a lot of higher wisdom here. You're very settled. This could be a family or somebody you have a family with that's involved. There's loyalty. There's people that look up to you, actually, or you look up to them. At one point you did. They're getting karma. This is a wicked clapback. They're trying to hide and cloak in your energy, or hide you in their. They're trying to hide you in their energy and trying to hide in yours. They're going to claim they were unaware of something. They don't want to be investigated or scrutinized. They don't want to be alone. They don't have a direct connection with source. They've been cut off, maybe. They don't want to take accountability. They've been stopped. They cannot overcome this. They were trying to get in between you and your connection with source, with the divine. That's a big no-no. That's victory and success in reverse. There we go. Karmic 6 in reverse. It's the Lovers in reverse. Poor decisions are getting the consequences to those decisions. They were reckless, careless, and foolish. It could be a cult, coven, secret society, friend group, or a third party. They spread egregious gossip. There's no more celebrating here. There will be no reconciling. They've been blocked. Somebody got an STD, or they claimed you had an STD so you wouldn't have a new beginning. They're reckless. The waiting game's over. The truth is coming out. They were doing magic. See how it's going around a circle? Went right back to them. This is poor counsel. It's a lot of shit talking. They lost their intuition. If they had intuition, there's a lack of They're going to claim they didn't know. Playing with magic. I didn't know. Or doing these nasty things if there's no magic involved behind your back. Oh, I didn't know the outcome. Yeah, they're going to get uprooted. If they tried to uproot you, it's somebody you have a family with, or it is your family, or somebody else's family. Yeah, emotional loss. Boom. There you go. They got a wicked clapback. It's unfinished business. They have to return something. Ooh, this is a wicked clapback, all right. You saw it coming. You have a direct connection with source. You're going to be taking action for somebody else's. You have all the tools you need for success, okay? You're very focused on what you need to do. They didn't want to stop doing what they were doing. You know exactly who's behind it. This is high wisdom. They were trying to block your sacral chakra and or source from your sacral chakra. I heard source. Pardon me. taking your creativity from an earth angel. The angels are protecting you. You transmute and alchemize everything. You planted these seeds. So if they're stealing your work or anything like that, your creativity or anything like that, you planted these seeds. They're now growing, and it brings you a great deal of peace, or other people a lot of peace. So you made the right movement, choices, and decisions here. You're not mentally conflicted. You're not in denial. There's no more stalemate. People see it, or you see it clearly for what this is. You're letting this go. This is people from your past. You're not going back to your past. There will be no reconciling. There's truth and clarity that somebody was talking crap about you. Misinformation. Caused a lot of trauma. Somebody lost a child. This is devil energy. Very karmic and toxic. They wanted you bound, wanting you to go back in another toxic cycle with whoever this is. It was unrequited love if it's a relationship. If it's not a love relationship, any other kind of relationship, it wasn't reciprocal. What you gave in this relationship or in this situation was never given back. It wasn't balanced. Not that you do things to get back. That's the wrong reasons to do things. But it's not even. It's not reciprocal, meaning that you're always there. Giving you an example, you could be there for somebody all the time, always helping, always paying, always cleaning up their mess. But you know what? The minute you need help, they bolt. So yeah, they didn't choose wisely and seen through the illusions here. This is all that glitters isn't gold, and somebody's running out of viable options. They didn't want you having any choices here. This was an imbalance. This was an injustice committed against you. Their heart chakra's closed, or they tried to close your heart chakra, but prosperity's beginning here. So they can prosper off of you. Yeah, this is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. They lost control. They had no authority doing what they did. They were in their ego. It's a bully. You're getting victory here, triumph. You have a firm foundation. That's how we started, right? Firm foundation. They can't sacrifice you. Somebody might be getting arrested, and there's conflict and defeat here. Congratulations. The truth is out. You overcame. You're moving on. You let go. You surrendered it to God. And now they're going to take a big fall. Everybody else is running away from this person or this situation. The one responsible, or the ones, could be more than one. The divine stepping in, and or an institution or something like that. It could be on a platform as well. The truth, yep. You are of the light. Wishes are being granted. You're in your north node. This is divine intervention. Yeah, you have a great deal of hope. It could be wanting some power and control over you, or it's a doppelganger, or it's just somebody who's very karmic and chaotic, or somebody wanted the power of attorney, so they collaborated with others to do this, and they're being investigated here. Or they're finding out you're a person all by yourself, and there's a lot of people coming after you. You've got a lot of spiritual strength, so take a bow. Recognition and reward. 3, divine feminine energy, male or female. Yeah, solar plexus chakra, you have a lot of strength of will. And you've got another firm foundation and achievements here, so take a bow. You bossed up, took back your power, you have authority, and they're getting karma. There's no second chances for them. They don't want to take accountability, so they're going to lose material and spiritual prosperity. The truth is out. They were trying to make you lose prosperity. They were maybe stealing your spiritual gifts as well. This is a change. You are the phoenix rising. You avoided these catastrophes they set your way. Now they can't place obstacles or challenges in your way. You're too strong. You're resting, you're rejuvenating, you're of the light. The 17, you're of the light here. You carry the light. Wish fulfillment. Congratulations. Sorry I'm going on and on about this, but for some reason they wanted me to stay there. So I don't know. You're living in harmony. They're crying. Okay. Words come out of my mouth. Anyhow, without me even trying. So anyways, you're living in harmony, and they're trying very hard to cause upset and turmoil in your life, and it's not working. So give it up, idiots. One person. I wonder how many people got involved in this. I guess you'll find out. Right? So we have the base chakra. 1. Your manifestations are getting ready to come in here. Speeding causes accidents. Oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. So maybe you are very intuitive. Maybe you spoke something once and said there would be an accident, or somebody's got it. Yeah, it's an accident, all right. Two-faced. Somebody, they're going to, they did something too quickly. The mask fell off. They will not change. They're trying to rush something right now. If they're doing any kind of spell work or trying to set you up or something like that, they rushed into it, and, well, it's going to blow up in their faces. They will not change ever. We got this yesterday, jackass. I just heard jackass. Their brain right now. Close your mouth, open your ears. Missed opportunity. Don't want commitment. Time to set new goals. Replace your fear with faith. 2 weeks from now. Something's going to happen 2 weeks from now. Beginning of September. You might get a nice little present. So we have base chakra 1, speeding causes accidents. Maybe they wanted to cause an accident for you. So take your time. If you have time, sometimes you can't, right? Sometimes we're in a hurry. But try to slow down. 1, base chakra, speeding causes accidents. Smell the roses. Take your time. What did I just say? Slow down. Take some you time. Get out in nature. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So if you find that your life is going by, time is going by very, very quickly, it's because you're being too idle. They want you to get out into nature, go for a walk. I find that is so true with me too. Time does seem to slow down when you're out doing something in nature, or, you know what I mean? You have all the time in the world, it kind of seems like. So hopeful. Remain hopeful, inspired, optimistic, and success. Congratulations. They're feeling hopeless. Wow. Loss, depression, unalive, self-deletion. Maybe that's what they wanted for you, but it's the opposite. They could have done some jar spells on you. Somehow, if they did do a jar spell, or however many they've done, somehow, some way, those jars got opened. Thanks, Spirit, for that one. Yeah, you're going through a glow up. That's why they're hopeless. New opportunities, new career, successful business. Congratulations. And they're trapped. They're trapped in their lies. They're trapped with their spell work. They're trapped in their own miserable lives. Stuck, no options, unforgiveness. They're going through a lot of tension because they know that you know what they've done. They could be in isolation, rejected, left alone, self-inflicted, or that's how they wanted you to feel. They're daydreaming, head in the clouds, delusion, hopes, and dreams. They burnt their bridges, so they know. They burnt their bridges. Lack of trust, disloyal, and turned back on. So people are turning back on this person. You have turned your back on this person. You've taken enough. You've had enough. You give them ample opportunity to come to you and speak their truth as to what they did or what they said. And they refuse. So let them take their karma. You know? So we have base chakra 1. Speeding causes accidents. I'm really picking up you're highly intuitive here. Smell the roses. Live your life as a child within your heart. That's what God wants, right? And you are. You're not crying over things, or you should, if you are, can do it privately, not in front of these yahoos. They get off on that. They get an energy from you, okay? I'm not saying don't cry. Of course, cry. Get it out. Let it out. But you don't need to be a show for these people. Yet corrupt. They're corrupt. Fraud or embezzling. That's what's involved here. Fear that money's evil. Shadow work and investigating. So you did your shadow work. Someone's investigating something. So there could be an investigation going on here. Leadership. You're stepping into a role as a leader. You're ready. Once you accept and step into your power, your career will soar. Fear is holding you back from stepping out and being yourself. So maybe you have some sort of hang up where it comes to money, because fear that money is evil. Fear of maybe not being good enough. We all go through that, okay? But don't let doubt get in the way. Whatever's meant for you is meant for you. The divine knows what you're capable of. He made you to do this. That's why he chose you. Sometimes we surprise ourselves with what we're able to do. You know what I mean? We just have to try. Half-hearted, not really into what you do, no motivation to change. Find your joy, invest in yourself. So that could be for you or them. Someone's uninspired. Maybe they're sending you some spell work, trying to, I don't know, maybe this type of person that shoots you down all the time whenever you have a good idea or you want to try something new. They don't want you moving forward. Not able to use your creativity, can't get started, held back, feed your brain, take a step. So that's why they want you going out into nature. You need that, okay? You need to feed your brain, read, stop watching TV or stop scrolling. Sometimes you just need to be quiet and just hear your own, the conversation between you and spirit. But I think you're already intuitive, so I don't think that's a problem. Someone's going to take off really fast. Congratulations. I'm really proud of you. Hopefully it's for all of us, right? So things will take off quicker than you expected. Now's a good time to take action. There's no stopping you now. It would help to establish a clearer plan before moving forward. So maybe you haven't dotted all your I's or crossed all your T's yet. Maybe you should start doing that, okay? Take a good look at what it is that you want to do, if you're not doing it already. And prepare. Just prepare. I didn't know if I could do this. I never thought I'd ever be on YouTube, okay? I like to be in the background. I don't like the attention. I've always been a shy person, believe it or not. I'm shy around people I don't know, so I don't know how many of you out there, but yeah, I'm shy, and I didn't think I could do it. But the divine told me, you can do it. Give it a try, and stick with it for 6 weeks. He said specifically 6 weeks, and then I would love it, and I would find my groove. You know what I mean? And he was right, as usual. He's always right. He knows me. He knows each and every one of us. Okay. So don't doubt yourself. Where are we going with this read, please? Base chakra 1, speeding causes accidents. Take the time to smell the roses and corrupt. So maybe they tried to take something from you, or lots of somethings, or someone, whoever this is. It's obviously some sort of fraud. Oh, wouldn't that be classic? For some of you, I don't know, 1 or 2, whoever tried to bury you is in a leadership position. It could be a boss. They might turn around and ask you to take the place of this person once they're gone. Arrested or canned or, I don't know, tossed out. Or you're already in this position. Thank you, Spirit. Whatever you're doing, you're already in this position. You don't even know it. People are looking up to you. Ah, I get it now. And somebody's jealous. Okay, what's the message here, please, Spirit? Whether you realize it or not, you're already in this leadership position. You know, you don't realize that how many people are looking towards you for answers or guidance. You could be a guide, a teacher of some sort, spiritual high ranking. You could be anybody in the world of spirituality or religion. Could be somebody that is in, dare I say it, politics. It could be a CEO. It could be anybody that's in a leadership position here. Authority figure, anything. Thank you, Spirit. Yep, this is a boss here. Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. You're stable and secure, hardworking, abundant, generous, fruitful. Look, you're getting ready to harvest here. Very committed to what you do and loyal. Hardworking. This is somebody that's very good with money. It could also be a husband, but it could be female as well. So just take it for whatever it is. If you're dealing with a husband or you are a husband. Very successful. Oh no, the worst has happened. This is a nightmare. Or you're not worried. It could go either way. That's the overarching energy. Somebody may want to come back in and justify and rationalize what they've done or what they've said. Someone's having nightmares for sure. Somebody's going through some sort of mental distress. That's the best I can describe it as. Yeah, they were doing some magic here. So whatever they summoned up, maybe they're being hounded by whatever they summoned. They were doing magic. They were shit-talking. This is bad counsel. Sorry about the background noise. Somebody has no intuition lost their intuition. Somebody's got a big mouth. Secrets are not coming out. Yeah, they got caught. They have to come clean. 7 of Swords in reverse. Somebody's walking away. Invested 8 out of 10 cups to find out there's no emotional fulfillment or happiness wherever this is. Whoever this is, they're facing the unknown. They're facing mountains. Or you walked away from this person. Or they're going to tell you why they walked away from you. Or they're going to have to walk away. Take it for whatever this is. Somebody got caught trying to get out of something. Secrets are being told. They're coming out in the open. Oh, jeez. Sorry. These cards are flipping all over the place. So why is the 7 of Swords in reverse? What are they going to confess to? They know they can't get away with this. They might have thought so at one point, but not now. Wow. See how that flipped out? Ooh, losing their position. They're going to be terminated. It's a fall from grace. Somebody's putting on an act. They're smug, full of themselves, selfish, and a know-it-all and a show-off. This is not wish fulfillment. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. Somebody's not satisfied. They're never satisfied. They're never fulfilled. No personal achievement or success. They could have been putting on an act here, pretending to be you. There's no emotions in these cups. They're upside down. Someone's a glutton. They can't come correct. They can't make a payment. This is not the rite of passage. They're immature, really, really irresponsible, lazy. They can't come correct. They're not dependable or reliable. They intercepted your money or your mail. They didn't pay you money they owe you. They're not going to get paid. I don't know. They can't slow you down if that's what they were trying to do, hold you back. This is somebody that is not committal, non-committal. They don't want to take accountability. They're stuck. They're feeling stuck. They tried to sacrifice you. It could be somebody that never pays their way and you always make the sacrifice. I don't know. They're stuck and trapped in whatever this is. Lack of awareness. They don't want to let go. They're trying to commit. They're trying to stall something. They're trying to cause setbacks or delays. They're watching. They're waiting. They want you waiting. Oh boy, they try to sacrifice you. This is a lot of lies and illusions, deception, manipulation, magic, corruption, out of control. They don't have all the resources they need. They lost a child. They're on the hook here. They give out false, misleading information if it's not loss of a child or children. They're stuck in a very vicious, toxic cycle. They caused a lot of trauma, not just to you, but others. They don't want you getting your flowers. Yeah, they're in their emotions for sure. Male or female. This is somebody that's superficial, shallow, and selfish. They don't care who they hurt. They're needy and greedy. They want everybody to bend for them. Bend the knee in front of them, but they don't do nothing for you. They just whine and bitch and moan and complain. They're very emotionally manipulative. They blackmail emotionally. They don't care who they hurt. There's no self-love. There's no love at all. They're neglectful. They have no feelings. They're apathetic. They're going to pretend. They're going to be crying. They're heartbroken. There you go. They have addictions, potentially. They're going towards financial ruin, spiritual jail. They want to come back in from out of the cold. Or they're heartbroken that you did find your confidence and you got out of whatever it is. Yeah, this is somebody that's a scam artist. They're doing magic. They didn't want to give you any support. They're not getting any support. There's no love here, that's for sure. Somebody's wearing a mask. They're very insincere. Pardon me. All of a sudden, my throat's acting up, so take it for whatever that is. This is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. If it has anything to do with a job, they're not getting the offer at all. It could be a tyrant of a father, a boss, or a leader. It could be male or female. And whatever this is, they want a power control over you. They were in their ego for sure. Okay, this is a bully, a tyrant. They have no authority. Pardon me. Could be a group of people no longer supporting this tyrant. They're in their ego. They bent to public pressure. They're only worried about their appearance and how they come across in front of people. It's that they have an image to uphold. They gave their power away the minute they started acting this way. Yeah, they're feeling sorry for themselves, rejected and abandoned. They're having a pity party over this family, over this long-term stability, over this money. There's a lot of money involved. Or this inheritance, spiritual or otherwise. It's an ending of a cycle. I just heard glory days. So it's the end of their glory days. Yeah, they're, look at this, devil energy. They're obsessed. They have codependency issues. They have addictions. They're bound to a contract. Or they're bound to the devil. Very toxic and karmic. It could be a family that's very toxic. They're scared. They're sick. They're injured. It's a scandal. They're getting let go. They have to let go. They have to give up. They can't block you anymore. Or they can't block something. Maybe they figured if they made you sick or they injured you, you wouldn't resist. There's no more emotional wounds here. You're not emotionally wounded any longer. They're angry and they're scared. They're going to get let go. Okay, oh, look at this. They could have, maybe tried to self-delete, or they wanted you to, and it's not going to happen. Maybe they're thinking about it, or maybe they're in a hospital somewhere, and they tried, because they got those wristbands on. It could be somebody that wears wristbands and a headband. I don't know. Take it for whatever it is. They could wear varsity jackets. Where are they going with this? Yeah, they bragged. They showed off. They're going to have to let go here. Or they're going to get let go. You're going towards victory, success, reward, recognition. You could be out in the public eye. They're under divine judgment for sure. This is awareness. They need to take accountability for what they've done. This could be a spiritual awakening or just a wake-up call for whomever this is. They want to be saved now. They think you're the Red Cross, right? They want a second chance with an Empress. They know this could be a pregnancy, a mother, or a mature female, or it could be a divine feminine energy, male or female, okay? There's proof and evidence they underestimated you. They wanted to harvest from you, or they were harvesting from you, relying on a hoe. You planted these seeds, you nurtured and watered these seeds, and you helped them grow. They're looking back. Why are they looking back? How many times they tried and unalive spells, or you are the Phoenix Rising. They underestimated you. Something's ending. They can't harvest from you any longer. Yeah, ending. Well, I can't make this up. This is the World card. You're divinely protected. This is victory. You could be moving and or traveling, but you're divinely protected within this laurel wreath, seal top and bottom, and you're being watched over by your ancestors and the angels and the divine. You could be online. Maybe these are competitors. Maybe they're looking back and seeing how many competitors have lost. This has changed everybody's worlds that got involved, ending a cycle to begin a new one. This is lessons learned. They're all unstable. This was unfair. They can't play games anymore. They thought they'd make a profit off of this, but it turned out to be a loss. They can't manage this, okay? They can't balance things out anymore. They can't play games anymore. They dropped the ball. They stole money. They stole money. These are opportunists, right? They didn't want you getting this money or this opportunity. They were trying to steal your spiritual gifts. There's a cult, coven, secret society, third party, or friend group, okay? They spread egregious gossip. There will be no reconciling. They're not happy. Not happy at all. No, that's just too bad. There's a lot of tongue wagging now. Yeah, this is a fall from grace for sure. They're in their south node. They have no faith, no spiritual protection. Or they've been stripped of protection. I don't know. This is not wish fulfillment. They're feeling ashamed of themselves. They don't want this getting out into the open. Something's very out of whack, out of balance. Somebody could be sick, injured. They wanted a life of luxury off your back. This is something that's unstable and insecure, greedy and selfish, codependent and clingy. You don't want to be alone. This is someone that committed some sort of financial crimes, okay? Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold, seen through the illusions. There we go. They're running out of options. They don't have a choice. This is no longer able, they can't cover this up any longer. They don't have any viable options, or they didn't want to give you any viable options. They wanted you to appear unstable, but it's backfired. They're the ones that are unstable. They can't mind their own business. That's what it is. They can't stay in their own lane. Come back here. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse. Where are we going with this? This is not wish fulfillment for them. They're gold diggers and cloud chasers. Right on top of the... didn't turn out to be a golden opportunity for them. They could have been stripped of their spiritual gifts if they had any. But this is divine timing. This is change. You're going into a destined cycle. Everybody takes a ride on this wheel of fortune, you know. You'll be on the top. You'll be on the bottom. That is life. That's the way it's supposed to go. This is fated. You avoided these catastrophes, or they wanted to ruin you, or they are ruined. They ruined themselves. This could be an internal disruption. They were playing around with your crown chakra. I've been picking this up for a while now. If it's the same story or not, I don't know. But the minute they did that, woo, 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 wrath of God, because that is your connection with God. How dare they? As fate would have it. Yep, you're protected for sure. They're being blocked. There's a fight. You have the advantage. You're higher vibing. Your frequency is much higher. So you see what's going on. They don't think you see it. And you're staying in your power. You go your own way for sure. You're divinely protected and guided. They're scared. They have no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They could be feeling defensive right now. They lost control of the situation. They can't control you. Yeah, it's a bad decision. They're reaping the consequences to these bad decisions. They didn't use their higher wisdom, and if they had any intuition, they didn't use their logic, let's put it that way. It could be a contract, a false contract. It was a one-sided deal. You're not doing this, okay? They have no harmony in their lives. The truth. This is the truth. Truth and clarity. This is a breakthrough. There's communication coming through. Your crown is intact. Don't worry about it. You knew the truth all along. They betrayed you. This is a harsh and painful end for them. The worst is over. This is 11 swords. They did their own selves in, okay? Ending of a cycle. Congratulations. You have a new beginning. It's a breakthrough. You took a different approach. It could be a family, a marriage, stability, a home, a business, or a twin. You're standing in your power, all right, male or female. You go your own way. You're unafraid. You're very confident, bold. You're attracting and magnetic. You have authority, whether in this spiritual or 3D. You're divinely protected, by the way. You're a creator. You're a leader. And they're not happy. They're trying to hide you. You got no truth out of them. You don't trust whoever this is, okay? They can be sick. They're hiding and cloaking a lot. Doing stuff in the dark. You're not happy with these people. There's a partnership here. Or you're in harmony. A third-party situation. This could be a third party that got in between you. It doesn't have to be love. It can be. It could be in any way. They want your help here. This is your creations. Maybe they were planning on something, or you're building something. You're higher elevated, like I said. People are watching you. They're listening to you or taking notes and maybe copying you. I don't know. This could be a soulmate doing this to you, but it's not going to work. They wanted you to lose your work. They're conspiring to help you lose your work, or they're going to lose theirs. Okay, they're in their emotions. They didn't put any effort into whatever this is. They're in their emotions here. You have a new beginning. Emotional fulfillment, emotional support, emotional intelligence. You're very loved. This is self-love, new love, true love maybe. But that peace dove is taking the Eucharist and flying away for these people. This was a crime. This was abuse. They were reckless. And the endangered people they loved. I just heard that. That makes sense. This is a hot head. They cannot control their emotions. Or they're in their feelings that they didn't take any action when they should have. The truth is out. They can't hide this any longer. There's no more confusion. They're playing a lot of mind games, gaslighting, power plays. You took the high road and walked away with your head held high. You didn't engage with them. You let it go so easily. Now they don't want this challenge or this conflict. They're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another. They're parting ways with this group. They're grieving and regretting. They're crying over spilt milk. Yeah, somebody did something too quickly. Knee-jerk reactions. They don't think before they react. Somebody's very flighty. It could be a player energy. They can't balance things out here, okay? They breadcrumbed you, used, abused you, treated you horribly, and they know it. This is fraud or theft. They can't pay up. They didn't care about you. You removed all obstacles. They can't restrict you any longer. They could be hidden some sort of bankruptcy. They wanted you to appear unstable. They didn't care. They can't restrict you. They can't hold you back any longer. You're free. This is bad news for them. This is no communication, bad news. Somebody lied. They threw rocks and hit hands. About a family, about a marriage, about a home, business stability, or your stability. Yeah. You're very stable. You're very balanced. You alchemize and transmute. You have a firm foundation. You pour that love into yourself. You're divinely protected by the angels. You alchemize and transmute, no problem. You have a new beginning. You're innocent. You took a leap of faith. You're getting some justice here. Somebody feels like a fool. Justice means it's a reckoning. It is karma. Balancing of the scales. The universe does this, okay? The truth is out. The universe does this. You're setting off for a new adventure, new beginnings. I can't make this up. New beginnings. Somebody's taking action. Somebody spoke the truth, whether this is you or someone else, male or female. You spoke the truth. Swords up in the air. You have a higher perception. The clouds are not cloud. Your head's not clouded. The clouds aren't near your head. You spoke your truth, set some boundaries, and you cut them out. Or they will be, or somebody else is. This could be a professional of any kind, but this is kind of like a speaker of some sort. Yeah, you'll hear what they have to say, but the minute they lie, you detect a lie or anything like that, because this person's very astute, discerning, intelligent, wise, and intuitive. The minute they suspect you're lying, bye. You might think that your head's in the clouds because you're like a child. You're childlike. You're not childish. You're childlike. You live your life as a child within your heart, so they think, oh, there's no substance to you. Oh, yeah, they're gullible. They're naive. Nah, you're the smartest one there. They didn't see this coming. They had no foresight. They can't move forward. They just didn't want you moving beyond them in life, maybe. They lost the gift of sight. They didn't want to let go. It didn't serve. Their plans are falling apart, and they're not prepared for this. Something's taken off real quick. They didn't foresee this. You're still moving forward. You overcame. This could be communication from the authorities coming through. It's fast forward motion. It's typically good news. Castles in the background. Abundance is near. Did I stutter? From authority figures, you overcame. Congratulations. You're leaving someone or something behind. They bore false witness. They didn't pay you your money, or they can't pay up. Truth and clarity, they're being exposed, okay? This could be divination abuse as well. No new beginnings. They didn't take a practical approach. They're in debt, or they try to put you in debt. This could be fraud of some sort. Took a huge gamble and lost. Now they're being exposed. This is illumination. You won't get away with this. They can't escape this. They're in hot water. They are in trouble. They can't leave the country. Wow, that's for some of you. Wherever country you live. Oh boy, look at this. They want to walk away, but they can't. Walk away from their lies. Walk away. This could be somebody different. This is a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. Somebody is a pathological liar, a user, abuser, cold, calculating, and cruel. They had no authority here. They were self-serving, very dangerous and abusive. Yeah, they lied about you. Could be a couple, could be the same person. This is greed. This is somebody that's a gold digger and a clout chaser. They're greedy and selfish, lazy, codependent, clingy, very, very jealous and unfaithful. You can't trust this person. They don't know their own value. You're innocent, or they may want to come and apologize towards you. This could be a child here. They left you unstable with a child. Take it for whatever this is. You used your intuition. You have a new beginning starting. Somebody could have a crush on you as well. Yeah. This is a marriage, a commitment, dealing with an institution. This is a higher power, faith. This is a belief system. It could be a contract as well. You could be on a platform. Somebody definitely made the wrong choices here. It was a false contract, karmic situation, their way or the highway. It's embarrassing and disgraceful. They have no harmony here. You let them go because you knew they were karmic. Whether it's love, friendship, family, work, you hurt their ego and their pride, and they held a grudge against you, and they're trying to hide and cloak something. They don't want to be alone. They're going to claim they were unaware of something. They don't want to be investigated. Hiding and cloak that they were married. This could be a husband card. Doesn't have to be. If you are this King of Pentacles, male or female, maybe you're married to somebody you don't even know about it. Fraud, right? This is some sort of stability. There's just two men. Or it's the same person. You're abundant. You're generous. Hardworking, abundant, successful. Good money manager. Good with money. You're about ready to harvest, or they wanted to harvest from you. Somebody's remaining emotionally balanced, stable, and mature. Not wearing their heart on the sleeve. It could be a platform, but they're nervous, and or there's a great deal. This energy, King of Cups, does love very deeply, but they don't wear their heart on their sleeve. But they give good advice, but they don't always listen to their own advice, right? Two of Wands. They're feeling nervous. They could be shitting bricks here, bricking it. They don't know what to do. They're afraid to make a decision. It could be a quick, sudden arrival or departure. They're feeling some kind of way. They don't have a contingency plan. They want to unburden themselves, or they got to drop something or let something go. You made a conscious decision to not take on these people's burdens. You're unburdened. Congratulations. You ended a cycle with them. Quickly, maybe. They didn't like it. Yeah, you let them go. They can't hold you back any longer. Somebody's unstable and insecure. They have no protection. They scapegoated you. They're not happy. This is the end of a family or a group, or you let go of this family or group, or they did. Somebody lied. They were jealous and very, very abusive. They spread rumor, gossip, and slander about you, and they targeted you. They could be watching and stalking you right now. This is self-sabotage. It could be a warlock or a poser or a player. There's a lot of people involved. Somebody bit off more than they could chew. They had no authority to do what they did, whether it's spiritual or in the 3D. They didn't take a noble approach. They have no morals, ethics, or honor. They're a coward down deep inside. Follower, not a leader. And they're angry. Oh, well. They don't know what to do. They're indecisive. They're acting like they're the victim. They didn't see this coming. Somebody wears socks and flip-flops. Or maybe you're in Japan, or they're in Japan. I don't know. But you're at peace. Their heart chakra is closed. Somebody needs to make a decision here. Shit or get off the pot, I just heard. They're acting like a victim. They don't see what's coming, and they're nervous. This could be you or someone else. You're avoiding them, ignoring them. They're blocked, or they try to block you. But you're at peace because you went with your intuition. Without sight, without sound, you went with your inner gut. Congratulations. They don't see something coming. So we have base chakra. It's all lust, not love. Somebody's into lust, not love. It's conscious awareness. You're taking action. This was heartless and cruel. They were trying to drain you, possibly. They're not happy. They didn't want you having love. Could be an ex. Or just somebody that's jealous of you, or somebody that you didn't love. You know, you can't help who you love, and you can't help who you don't love. They can't make you love them. But they're not here for love. They're here for what they can gain from you. That somebody was very two-faced. They're draining you. They didn't want you to be loved. This person doesn't love themselves. Speeding causes accidents. They did something too quickly, and they got unmasked. Or they wanted you to do something quickly. Or they were planning an accident. I don't know. You took the time to smell the roses here. Slow down. Take some you time. Get out in nature. Somebody's feeling hopeful, inspired, optimistic, and success. That could be you. Someone's very corrupt. In a leadership position. Maybe you're going to take their place. Or you are a leader. Take it for whatever that is. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. It sounds like you went through a lot, but you didn't let it get you down, and that's the way to do it. I'm not saying that you're not going to feel pain, you're not going to have a heartbreak, you know, when somebody that you love breaks your heart, but you handled it correctly. Maybe you've grown so much in your life because, you know, we're never born like this. It's very rare. But you managed to stay even keel. You know what I mean? Congratulations. You rolled with it. You know? You didn't force it, I heard. You can't force. You can't control. You just can control yourself, and sometimes we can't control ourselves, right? We're not in charge of what happens outside of us. But you did the right things. Congratulations. So 3737, comfort zones. Stagnation, safety, expansion, growth, risk, and breakthrough. You're coming into a breakthrough here. Your comfort zone has become too familiar. It's time to step out and pursue what you truly desire, knowing that your angels are guiding you and supporting you. So I guess now's the time. 3, harmony. Yep, we started with that, didn't we? Well, I did mention it a few times. Divine guidance, balance, relaxation, patience, and mindfulness. As the number of harmony, this card represents divine guidance and direction. Embrace the benefits of relaxation. Take your time. Again, it's in keeping. And think before you speak or act. Congratulations. No knee-jerk reactions, okay? 1111, wish come true. Moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway, taking action. So it is time. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. This is a gift from the divine. Preordained, I heard. 1, focus on self first. That's 5 ones here. Independence, confidence, authenticity, new beginnings, self-pursuit. This is all in keeping. I love you, Spirit. This is your time to focus on yourself, embrace your independence, and stand confidently in your truth. And don't back down. Unapologetically be you. If they don't like you, so what? You know, they're not meant to be in your life. New beginnings are on the horizon, making this a perfect moment to start fresh and pursue your dreams with renewed energy. So that's why you need to take some time off. Right? Renewed energy. And relationships too. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that funny? Relationships. So whatever they were planning is not falling into place. That's for sure. Community, partnership, connection, support, friendship, and new beginnings. Reflect on your roles in your relationships. This card may be signaling that you need the support of a community to overcome a challenge, or that you're ready to embrace new friendships or a meaningful partnership. So maybe you're going to find your soul tribe. You're part of a new community, or there could be a new friend or partner coming in. Congratulations. 99. So you're coming to the end of a cycle here, a karmic cycle. It's a rebirth. It's a reset. Renewal, transformation, decision, future, growth, new beginnings. Congratulations. It's all in keeping. This is a time of renewal and rebirth, indicating that you are close to a major decision that will shape your future. Embrace the transformation and prepare for the path ahead. 666. It's balance. So reflect. Okay? Love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. And 77 and 888. Oh, wow. And 1010. You're ending things for sure. Wow. So this is an awakening for you, for them. Enlightenment, breakthrough, success, epiphanies, spiritual growth, transformation. You're undergoing a profound spiritual awakening that will lead you towards a path of success, epiphanies, and breakthroughs in all aspects of your life. 888, and they're going to get some karma. And it's also a number of abundance, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes back around. Know that. It is so true. A lot of money is coming your way. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. And that's exactly what they did. They didn't appreciate you. So you're gone, and they have no chance of coming back. This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. So they got a lot of work to do on themselves. I'm so very, look at this, 8888, personal power. You've got a lot of power. Embrace the journey, and that's what you did. You rolled with it, like I said, starting over, starting anew. You're not starting, release, 999, you're ending this cycle. Organization 4, you're taking back your power, you're bossing up. You have authority. You've got experience now. They have to compromise, or they wanted you to compromise, or they try to compromise you. And a commitment, you're committed to doing this. Get grounded. This is change, profound change. And gratitude. Always, always live with gratitude in your heart. I love this for you. This is wonderful. Hopefully it's for all of us, but I know that's not going to happen. We're all on different timelines, right? So just take it for whatever it is, okay? So this could be past, present, future. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you if it's not your time, okay? It just means it's not your time. More work to do, or things got to fall into place, right? It's all divine timing. It's not like ours. Give us a couple of cards to end this place. Winter by winter. Okay? Something's going to happen. Children or childhood issues you could be expecting. Congratulations. You're very creative, or you will find a creative way to do something, or somebody's trying to steal your creativity. They're creeping on you. CC might have something to do with it. CCC, 3 C's. Could be a Pisces, you or them, or something's happened in Pisces season or will. Someone numbs out. Okay, they have addictions. They need direction in their life. You could be an Aries, or they are, or something's going to happen in Aries season. Someone's dating others. They're strategizing. It's a control freak trying to distract you. Or they're being distracted here. Somebody wants closure. Someone's obsessive. You're innovative. They're prideful. They're going to say they made a mistake. They have poor boundaries. A Taurus, you or them, or something happened in Taurus season. Inspiring. They feel guilty. Compassionate. Good listener. This is all you. Okay? Takes risks, lives in a fantasy world. So they took a risk and lived in a Sagittarius, you or them. You're charismatic. You care for yourself. Somebody's unpredictable, you or them. They tried to predict what you would do and they were wrong. You have great willpower. A Cancer's involved, or you are a Cancer, or something happened in Cancer season not too long ago, and you're not waiting. It is what it is. You've waited long enough. You've endured enough of their bull crap. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know, you could always say, well, I didn't deserve that. I shouldn't have gone through this. But at the end of the day, you found yourself, your authenticity, where you belong in life, and you've elevated and you've grown. So as bad as it was, and I'm not minimizing any of your pain, but at the end of the day, you're going to look back and say, you know, I wouldn't be here if I hadn't gone through this, right? I wouldn't have elevated this far. I wouldn't have known myself this well. I wouldn't have known I had these spiritual gifts. I wouldn't have known God, maybe. Maybe you're just so distracted and busy in life, you know, chasing after that wheel of fortune, like everybody. You know, chasing after that dollar, chasing after that stability, that love, whatever it is. Trying to make a life for ourselves, right? Sometimes we're just dog tired. We don't think. We come home from work and we just want to unwind. So without this, you wouldn't have been able to think. You wouldn't be able to get to know yourself, know what you're capable of. I'm not minimizing any of the pain. No one should go through this, really, but we do agree to these contracts before we come here. It's because when we come down here, I say down as if I know exactly where heaven is, but we come here when we're born. We forget everything that we've learned in other lives or on the other side. We feel defenseless. We don't know what's going on in life. And typically, it's like the first 30, 40 years of our lives, we're just chasing everything that everybody else chases. You know, love, money, attention, whatever it is that we're chasing, right, in life. And we're all alike. Yes, you could say we're not like that, but we are. We're all alike. Until we go through something horrible that breaks our heart, that makes us think twice, that really sets us back for a little while and makes us think what we want, what we don't want. And that's how we grow and elevate. And somebody, I think it was yesterday or the day before, put down, why do we have to go through this pain? Well, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Talk to God, okay? We have to elevate our souls, or else we can't be with God. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have to cleanse ourselves of all sin, of all karma. And sometimes it's not our karma. Sometimes we've cleared our karma, but it's also ancestral, generational. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have to rise above, okay? Sometimes you have to You have to crack an egg to make an omelet, and that's the way it goes, right? Hope you like to read it. Until next time, take care.